Quick update for you guys, super basic and no fluff or spam. The KE100 that I updated you guys on the last garage video, we got that thing running. Gonna do a dedicated video in the next week or so, giving you guys more information, letting you listen to it start. Pretty amazing. The thing starts easier and idles better than some of my new 110s, which is kind of wild. And the blue DR, got it up on the lift. We're ready to do the base gasket. If you guys don't remember the story behind this, had this thing for years. I bought this thing super cheap because it had a blown out base gasket. Went to drain the oil. It seems like it had too much in it. Not sure if that has to do with something pressurized and blew out that gasket or what, but hopefully it'll be an easy fix. This is kind of a first for me. I've never pulled a top end off of a DR650, so just taking it slow, trying to remember where everything goes, what everything is, but should be fun. This is an 04 with only 4,000 miles on it. Just as you see, it just sits around and collects dust. Also needs the shock rebuilt, just like my other one does. Of course, we've stayed busy with suspension work. This is a busy time of year for fork seals and valves. And we have a chain guide to put on my 450 motocross bike. The bolt came out of the front of my chain guide. I had like a P3 protector on it, which probably needs a longer bolt. Didn't have it in there. After a while, the bolt came out. Chain got wedged up in the guide when it fell forward and locked up my rear wheel over a jump, actually, and pretty much cut my guide in half. No big deal. These KTM guides are pretty affordable. They're only like 30 or 40 bucks, but they're on back order. Luckily, AOMC hooked me up, got me one off the showroom until they come off back order here in the next couple weeks. So definitely a shout out to those guys. We got a KX to work on, which is kind of cool. Why is it kind of cool? Well, because this used to be one of my bikes. This was one of my 2012 KX450Fs, which I think was one of the meanest KX450Fs ever made. They actually detuned these a little bit in 13 and 14 with a different cam. The 12s were nuts. Yeah, they didn't handle the greatest. They were kind of like a tractor. That whole 12 to 15 and really the whole 9 to 15 generation were like that. But such a cool bike. Hasn't had that much time on it since I had it. I put that hour meter on it. It's 89 hours now. So doing some linkage to this thing, fork seals, putting some bushings in the bar mounts, changing the oil, just kind of going over, looking at everything. Just enjoy having it in here. You may have seen the video where I gave my youngest son, Daxton, he's 20 months old, and I gave him, we're going to wait till his birthday in June, but we couldn't bring ourselves to do it. He was riding his Strider everywhere, so we pulled out this Stasic, used to be Weston's, just been sitting up in the studio on display. We pulled it out and let him ride around it. He hopped right on it. The seat doesn't go, I say his Strider seat probably goes more like right here, so this seat's too tall. He has to stand right here, but he still loves it, and he can go up and down the driveway on it. He's giving it a little bit of throttle and getting that feel, so he's excited and we're excited. Got this DU folding electric bike I've got to get out to the park and make a video on. It's just they sent it to me and the weather has just not cooperated. It's been cold and rainy and really tough to get out and shoot a good e-bike video on, but that's coming up soon if any of you guys are interested in e-bikes or folding portable e-bikes. And then lastly, to close out this video, I just want to say, guys, the CRF250L. I mean, I've known these were great dual sports, just underpowered, but let me tell you this. I severely underestimated the capabilities of this machine off-road. I took this dual sporting because my DR is having some shock issues. I took this and yes, it lacks the fun factor and it lacks the tool of acceleration to raise the front wheel, lighten the front end when you absolutely want to do it. But besides that, this thing is the complete package, and I'm going to do a couple videos on like my 5 favorite things I like, 5 favorite things I hate, all that. But I took this and rode it about, I don't know, 40 or 50 miles to the trailhead, and then I rode, the roads, I rode quad trail, and I even rode, some slow single track, and really was able to just throw this thing around almost like a 450, almost like a regular dirt bike. It was unbelievable. And look at these, look at the tire I had on it. It's just crazy. I really want to try a 300L now to see what kind of punch it's got. Maybe a 300L that's had some work done to it. I'm really interested. It's kind of sparked my interest. So this is Krista's bike, but she may catch me on it a little more. So going to be some dual sport videos pop up on the channel in the next few weeks. Me and Mike took a ride just to kind of test out Cardos and kind of figure out what kind of setup he needed on a 690 KTM that he just got. And so, yeah, look for those to drop as well. I'll keep you guys posted, and leave me a comment or something. Let me know what you're into. Yeah, so some videos on this will be dropping on the channel. Dual sporting with Mike. Did a little warm-up ride. We had a nice 60-degree day, bundled up in 3 layers and some winter gloves, and we hit the road. We did everything from 70 miles an hour on the highway to single track trails. I actually accidentally called 911 a couple times from having my phone in this mount, and it would slide down and hit the button, and it started to call 911. I'd be in the middle of a hill climb, and it would be giving me a 3 or 4 second countdown where it was a call 911, and I'd have to stop it. Really sketchy. So watch for those videos to drop. Appreciate you guys very much, and I'll see you in the next one.